What is up you guys? I hope you're all doing well. So today's video I'm going to be teaching you how to ride a motorcycle. Now firstly I just want to excuse the video setup. I have just moved places, so I haven't figured out a proper video background and setup, so please bear with me, that is going to take a little bit of time. So this is all temporary, but otherwise let's get into this video. So there's a couple of pointers that I want to make out is when you are learning or practicing, please make sure that you wear the correct motorcycle gear, as well as make sure that you are in a safe environment. A safe environment could be like an empty parking lot where you won't hit a bunch of cars, or a road that is very quiet and is long enough for you to practice. And also make sure that you are in a safe area as well. Don't go anywhere that you wouldn't walk. As well as just be vigilant with wherever you are, you never know what can happen. Also, another thing to take note when getting into riding is, as I say, it's very dangerous, but it's also very fun. It's only dangerous if you act like a hooligan and you don't respect other road users and the road rules. The rules are there for your safety and the safety of others, as well as make sure that your bike is roadworthy, it is checked up to date, and that it is safe and that it matches the government regulations. Alright, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is when you're getting onto your bike is you're going to make sure that when it is on its kickstand on its side, you'll notice that one side is lower. You're going to want to get onto that side because that is the easiest way to swing your leg over and then to get onto the bike. Once you are on the bike, you're going to put in your key and you're going to turn the ignition on. And you're going to make sure that your bike is in neutral. Now, to click it into neutral, make sure that you've clicked all the way down. By clicking down, also hold in the clutch, click your gears down, make sure that you're on first, and when you are in first, just slightly click up, almost like a half click, and you will notice that the little neutral indicator on your dashboard or your rev counter, wherever the little light is, make sure that it illuminates, letting you know that it is in neutral. Once it's in neutral, you are going to, if your bike has it, it's a little red switch. You're going to switch that on, that is your kill switch. And that just completely connects the ignition, allowing you to start the bike, and then you're going to press the start button. Now, once your bike has started and is running, you are going to click it down into first. So you're going to put in the clutch and click it down into first, and then you are going to release the clutch slowly until you feel like your bike is pulling and wants to move. Then you're going to let go of the clutch and you're going to basically like walk your bike, just so you can get used to pulling off with the clutch. You're going to do this a couple of times, maybe a good 10 minutes of it, just so that you can get the feel of your bike, the pull off and just handling. Once you get to the feel of that, and when you're confident and ready, remember, go at your own pace, don't rush it, because if you rush, it's easier to make accidents, and also it just makes you not willing to learn. So once you are comfortable enough, you're going to open the throttle just a little bit, just to give it more power, and then you're going to put your feet on the foot pegs so that you're completely riding, and you're just going to do that in first, and then you're going to come to a stop by pulling in your brake, your front brake and your clutch, and then come into a stop, and then just practice that just so you can get the pull off nicely. Once you're comfortable with that and you can ride a little bit and have your balance in first gear, then you're going to do is you're going to click it up into second from first gear. Now clicking up, the same as changing gears, pull in your clutch and click it up. Now remember, about 95% of the bikes out there is first is down, then up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if you have 6 gears. But you will get one of those two odd bikes that it's the other way around, where it's one up and the rest down. So once you're comfortable with in first gear, you're going to click it up into second and you're going to ride it in second. Now second gear is much easier because when you are riding, the balance points of the bikes, and that's a whole bunch of physics that I don't even understand myself, so I'm not going to try and explain it, but basically the faster, well not the faster you go, but the more movement you have, the more your bike wants to sit upright, making it easier to balance. So that's why second gear is the best way, just to get to learn the feel of your bike. But when you're changing up, make sure that you've got enough revs from first gear Otherwise, you will have very little power when you're trying to open, and you could end up stalling your bike, which could lead to you falling. So now once you've been riding it around in second gear, you'll be able to practice it up into your next gears. And when you want to stop, remember, you downshift through all of the gears. You won't be able to skip gears like a car. You have to go through all of your gears until you're in first, and then pull your clutch in. If you have to come to an immediate stop, clutch and front brake, but don't yank that front brake, because that can cause you to slip out or endo, and that can lead you to falling over or having an accident. So make sure that you just gently, gradually pull in your front brake and your clutch, and then come to a stop, hold your clutch in and put it all the way into first before pulling off. And basically now you've got the general riding ability, so now you can ride your bike. Now all you'll need to be doing is just riding a bit more, getting more comfortable, because remember, your riding comes with experience. So the more you ride, the more experience you get, and the more comfortable you get, and the better you'll ride. Now you will start off being wobbly, your pull-offs will be slow, and you will be stalling a lot, but just remember, it's all part of learning, and everybody's done it. I've done it a lot of times, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. Don't ever feel embarrassed, because remember, you are learning, and everybody who has learned to ride a bike has had to go through those steps as well, and all of those moments. Also remember, when you're having your first riding bike, make sure that it's not an expensive bike. Like, yes, people want to go for their first bike, making expensive and new, but just remember, when you're a new rider, you are going to be prone to maybe dropping your bike, or you're more prone into getting into an accident. So you don't want to wreck or damage a brand new, everything's all nice, new and fancy. It's just better to learn off maybe a second-hand bike, something that's got a couple of scratches, because at the end of the day, you can still sell that bike to someone else and get yourself a better bike when you're more comfortable. Also remember, a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to start off on a 600 and above cc, because that's what everybody's saying is the best way. But remember, those bikes come with a lot of power and a lot of torque, and they're not the best idea to do it. Rather start yourself off. If you got a 125, that's fine, that's perfect, those are the perfect learning bikes. But otherwise, maybe a 250 to a 400, those have got a lot of power. They're nice beginner bikes for new riders. Alright you guys, so that is going to conclude today's video. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to leave a like, as well as subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that bell to be notified on future videos. And also don't forget to check out my new Instagram page. I've created it as a way to upload pictures and for you guys to get behind the scenes, as well as a better way of you guys communicating with me if you have to ever ask any questions or anything like that. Don't forget to comment down below on the first bike or the current bike that you are riding now, and the bike that you learned on, if this current bike is the bike that you are learning on. Otherwise, comment down what bike you started off with. Otherwise, you guys, take care and ride safe.